work that we're doing here is not going to stop when it comes to these type of discussions. It's going to be for us and by us here on this platform when the media is telling us to look the other way. Your support is what helps us move forward. Join patreon.com/like it or not. Help us grow.
Like it or not, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for Like It or Not. With Rebecca Azure. Let's start this damn show. Yes, it's time for Like It or Not. With Rebecca Azure. Let's start this damn show. Like It or Not. Rebecca Azor is in the house. You know she got a funny story to tell. Talking politics, culture, or real life-ish. I live in life in the ATL. Benjamin, yeah, that's my man. He's always coming up with the master plan. Politics, scheming, or trying to find the meaning of life. And while the feds keeps us in strife. I'm your DJ. I really don't need no introduction right now, but you know what? I stay dropping them jams. Y'all know who I am. Good hope, dad jokes, culture-ish, politics. What you're hearing right now was the culmination of all of this. I started out with the mic in my hand, and I graduated to a plethora of fans. I love bringing joy to the people. It makes me feel great, makes me feel regal. I do what I do for you. I do what I do for you. Let's go. It's time for Like It or Not. With Rebecca Azure. Let's start this damn show. Yes, it's time for Like It or Not. With Rebecca Azure. Let's start this damn show. Like it or not, y'all. 2023. Let's start this damn show. Let's go.
Like It or Not starts now.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning. And welcome to Like It or Not, where we're free to tell the truth. Not fee, but there's a fee because I don't understand why my YouTube won't stream this. So for everybody who is watching off of Ben's YouTube and Like It or Not's page, although this is my show, it won't stream on my page.
What is it saying?
Yeah, it's saying we're having trouble streaming to YouTube, and this may be an issue to YouTube's end as well, but y'all pages is streaming.
Right, and mine. Like, let me set mine up with no problem.
Absolutely. And so,
ooh, that's ghetto. Okay, you want to try this again? Because you said a fee and everything else. So,
all right, let's get it together.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
The future is female, but go ahead. Sorry.
And I still got your love you mean it cup. Excuse me, sitting in my cabinet.
And you still got my Christmas ornament from,
which may or may not have broken in the move. I don't know, but I never opened it, so it will. Like from what was her name? Alicia
Rose with the rose picture.
Yes. Ooh, Alicia gonna kill me. But good morning, good morning, good morning.
And good morning, and welcome to Like It or Not, where we're free to tell the truth,
and
not free. Go ahead, and then who? Go ahead, because that ending part is important. Go ahead,
and not care who doesn't like it.
Because we don't.
Because it's kicking your butt this morning, girl.
We don't. But you know what's kicking my butt this morning? The fact that I woke up today and I had to realize, I think right now the American people have chosen, and they've chosen hate. I'm just going to get right into it. Cheers. I'm going to get right into it. They chose hate. It's not you. It's not them. I lost. So much to unpack on today. I haven't talked to you guys. I took a break on Thursday. I left this Mafia. I know that we had discussed it immediately right after I was streaming with Olay. Shouts out to my beautiful, beautiful sister, Olayemi Olorin. And right after the loss, we had gotten together and had the discussion. And we're talking about the elections. And it was super duper hard for us to really have the conversation, but I want to center it around this. I'm going to be all over the place because there's a lot of things to talk about. And we were supposed to have Dr. Mac on the show today because we wanted to send it in a positive direction. But we're having some issues. Ben wasn't able to be in as well. I know that he wanted to be here, but he's having some issues as well. But we're going to get Dr. Mac to come on for Black Heritage Women's Day because this is important. And I would have loved him to come on today so that we can discuss the importance of women who are elected. Excuse me. Down. This tea is working. But to elect, how important it is to elect women, but and how important women have been in America in these prominent seats, elected officials in this country, lower level, higher level, in between. And he has that here. So if you guys have not already, Black Heritage Day, Women's 5 calendar for women, and it's the most in Dr. Mac's voice, and it says it on it, the most Black history comprehensive calendar ever. And he put that in some of the stuff. It literally says in it in the people stuff. In the people stuff. I think even in my message, he had I read it in his voice. Ben was like, "That's a lot." He wrote a lot in there
for you.
It says to Queen Rebecca. I shared some of my earlier content with you. Now I am pleased, honored. Hold on here. My bad, y'all, because we're doing double duty at this moment. Now I'm pleased and honored to gift you the final version of Black Women's Heritage Day. He said, you so represent the legacy. Oh, represent. Look, me. That's so. Look, you so represent.
Rebecca, what is going on?
I'm off. It's been a long week, and we're gonna get to that. But he says he has beautiful handwriting, and I'm used to reading handwriting from men that ain't no good. Donald Trump. So you so represent the legacy of our sisters, and he put sisters. So all I heard was our sisters. God bless you, and I love him so much. But the picture that cracks me up is the picture he got up in here. He's giving the 90s zaddies vibe.
Is the one with his shirt off? No,
no, it's not with his shirt off. I don't know. Here we go. It's if y'all see that, he's giving the fine daddy that used to ride the Cadillac. Come pick his kids up in school. They be like, "Oh, your daddy is so fine." Y'all remember that? But anywho,
that's your daddy. Oh, okay, cool.
That's your daddy.
That's your daddy.
Crazy. Your daddy is fine, girl. Let's see if we can get this on again. But I say this to say I wanted to kiki with y'all because it's been a tough week for us. If y'all haven't known, we haven't discussed it. But as you guys do know, Kamala Harris lost the election on Tuesday, which was not a surprise, but the margin of loss was very interesting in numbers as well, to see who voted for Donald Trump, how they voted for Donald Trump. I know that when you narrow it down, you can see that it wasn't exactly what is out there, I guess, by specifics and by demographic. But just to know that Generation Z and Latinos and a lot of other people that were on them calls. Remember a few months ago, we was like, 1 million Black women, 1 million white women, 1 million. I feel like those people were opponents. I will say that I witnessed on the day of the election, as soon as she lost, immediately I lost so many followers on YouTube. People who literally were watching, I feel like plotting and planning, watching, hearing our stories, hearing what our next moves were going to be. As the day that she lost on Tuesday, immediately when the results were read, YouTube was giving me notifications, and I kept going on there and checking, and immediately I lost so many people.
Wow.
Yep. I lost a lot of people on my YouTube space. And it's so crazy. And I'm going to be honest with you, if I can, for a minute. and we'll get to the clips. I love that you got the clips, and I know that we were doing a lot, and I thank you for being with me, David. Thank you. But I just wanted to okay. It's so much to unpack, and I don't know how to say it, and I'm so sorry for being out of words. But if y'all have watched Olay and Friends recently, you'll see even in that video, she is broken. She's really hurt, and she is trying to really facilitate the conversation, and she can't because of what she's feeling, not because of only the loss per se, but because the pain as a person who's been working this, as a woman who's been having these conversations in the political space, and to know and be getting beat up on in your comment section. And I know I tell her all the time to not read the comments. Oh, absolutely. I'm gonna keep telling my good sis that, because I love her and I mean it. And I think that she's amazing. And I think that, you know, I know it's tough, but she posed the question. She said on MySpace, not MySpace, the former.
Wow. Oh, okay.
But on my area on the internet, on my channel, I have to not look at my own comment section because people are nasty in this world. I say that to say my whole DMs for months now, and not for months, for a long time, for years. Every time I present in my Instagram space, that's why I like to keep it more personalized and I keep politics out of it, because a lot of those people don't even care about my politics or whatever. But my politics is a part of my life, not only in the space where I'm a professional in it, but absolutely a part of my life. And I've grown to try to educate people who are my family and friends foremost. I want to do that because I can say that to everybody on here, but those are people who are coming to either want to get educated or be critical of our side of politics. But I have witnessed so many nasty comments, people who I love, people who have gotten to, it's almost like they're online trying to be like, ha, 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 your person lost. And then what's interesting is, oh, yeah, you've been capping for this person all year long or all these past years and da, da, da. And if anybody who knows me, I've been critical of Kamala Harris, but I've also understood that my platform in the beginning when I was critical of Kamala Harris did a disservice because I didn't know what was happening with Kamala Harris. I was critical of the Biden-Harris administration for how they treated immigrants, and because their lack of immigration policy, I've had those conversations of Title 42, of Palestine, how they're treating Palestine. Y'all know Rebecca does not mince words. At the end of the day, though, we had an opportunity to change what was going on in America, but we also, in that opportunity that we got to change what was happening in America or what was to come, we got to know Kamala Harris. We got to debunk some of the lies that we put out there without knowing. And it wasn't lies or some of the misinformation or information that was omitted because we didn't know her. And shame on the Biden administration for that and some of our platforms. And we to the chin and did what we needed to do with still having criticisms of the Biden-Harris administration. We can do that, though. You can still hold accountable an administration, a presidency, something that you're supposed to be on the side on, and still vote for them because they are the most qualified people to do it. Does that make sense, guys? Are you rolling with me? And people in your comment section will tell you, Donald Trump gave me money. I can't vote for a woman because next thing you know, a trans person is going to be president if I vote for this woman. This is coming from the mouths of immigrants in my DMs. People that are here, and if Donald Trump were to see them, they would get no respect. I am at a place where I'm mentally stressed. I started out trying to be strong. Then I had a moment, I'm not going to hold you, because this was just on Tuesday. On Wednesday, I burst out crying because I'm tired. I want to cry right now. I'm tired. I'm going to tell you why I'm tired. Because since I got into this whole political journalism thing, I've been covering Donald Trump. I have been covering Donald Trump. And every year, within his 4 years, but we're going on what, 8 now, and he wasn't president last year, but it feels like he was because he forced himself into Joe Biden's presidency.
He never stopped. He never stopped being president. Honestly.
He never
I'm
stopped.
sorry.
He never stopped. And of course, we know that the truth is he was not president, yet he forced himself there. And we've covered him so much, and the hate expanded. And for so long, he's been showing himself, and the American people decided. And this is why I was on Mark Lamont, and I remember saying that I do not think the idea of holding votes, of withholding your vote because of your stance on Palestine is helpful, which I do understand. It is your right, but it does a disservice because when you do that, it gives the person who actually wants to obliterate flatland Palestine an opportunity to now build homes on it. And Donald Trump's first order is to attack the American people first, right? People who are American citizens or who just came here or something. And I say American citizens because people who got their paperwork correctly, but he's calling them all undocumented. Everybody in Ohio is undocumented, although they may not be citizens yet, or they're here under paperwork that makes sense. He wants to get the naturalized. He wants to deconstruct the naturalization system, which is part of the immigration system here in America. His first order of business is to attack the American people. And I say that because he's going to do that through abortion, which we already see he's worked on, through education, which we already see he's working on. For some reason, they like to other Black Americans in this country. So the American people, but I'm talking about the marginalized American people. Some people are not even in the tax bracket that they think Donald Trump is going to help them. You're not even in the tax bracket that Donald Trump is going to help.
At all.
You're just not. And here you are, ready to go all in. Bubba, how dare they vote for hate? How dare America look us in our faces, get on the internet and tell us, he gave me money during the pandemic. He did a lot for me. I don't want no man. I don't want a woman being my president. People that I know that are Christians are in the comment section of Donald Trump's page. Because I went to go do my own little tidbit. I said, let me go on Donald Trump's page outside of journalists, because I know that we have to follow what he says. I don't follow his page, but I know a lot of other journalists who are in mainstream media who follow what he says for breaking news or whatever. But there are people who have been on channels that I've known or sitting in favor of the Biden administration only because they don't want to vote in hate, have liked Donald Trump's post, have put prayer hands under Donald Trump's post, have put one of these under Donald Trump's post. Y'all wouldn't know. I literally went on there and challenged myself to say, Rebecca, block all them people. People say childish. Oh, if y'all want to go ahead and block folks for voting for Donald Trump, y'all are not understanding. Voting for Donald Trump was voting for hate. This man sat up here. Not only did he call, I had to cover it when he called Haiti a shithole country. I had to cover most recently the Haitians that finally were able to get here after under the Biden administration were sent back home under Title 42. They got an opportunity to come here under another program and found themselves a space in different parts of the country, Ohio, Springfield, Ohio being one of them. And Donald Trump partnered with his vice president pick, Vance, who's out of Ohio, a senator out of Ohio, to spew out lies and allow the KKK to present themselves. And nobody is saying that's okay. Y'all don't remember when Donald Trump basically was saying that Kyle Rittenhouse was an okay kid, which allowed rich ass Republicans to get his ass out of jail and to make him a millionaire now, to give him a fruit for life. When two people are dead because Kyle Rittenhouse saw them and saw Black Lives Matter movement. You guys voted in hate. And I can't wrap my mind around that. And y'all are mad at me because I'm taking this loss personal. I'm taking this loss personal because it affected my people. It affects my people. First order of business includes sending immigrants back home, documented ones. Although he is literally saying that every Haitian immigrant in Springfield, Ohio is undocumented. And people are like, oh, he said documented, but he keeps saying undocumented on the mics. Now imagine being a scared immigrant here who is documented and he's calling you undocumented and you don't know the difference. And you're sitting here saying that you're next. My cousins who are here under a program, they are literally telling me that they are afraid. They are afraid and they don't know what to do. Let's take a listen to this Latino family on Trump's election victory.
According to NBC exit polls, 55% of Latino men nationwide voted for Trump, a 19-point jump from 2020. Among Latina women like Mireya, an 8-point gain. And while Vice President Harris won a slight majority of the Latino vote overall, Trump increased his support 14 points from the last election. The top issue among Latino voters, like it is for the Alvarez family, the economy, with immigration a distant fourth. Mario and Mireya both crossed the border illegally as teenagers, but became citizens under President Ronald Reagan's amnesty. They see themselves as different from migrants crossing the border today. In what way do you think they're different?
The people that are coming here are the criminals, you know, the ones that did something bad in their country.
These are the people in my DMs. These are the Africans and Haitians in my
close
DMs.
family members who are undocumented.
Migrant invasion.
They don't believe they'll end up in Trump's crosshairs. When you hear Trump promise mass deportations, do you
Yes.
worry about them?
Yes and no, because the ones that I know, they're doing good. They're not breaking any laws.
I believe he's going to start deporting all the bad people.
Trump won over the Alvarez family and many like them. Whether the economy improves and who exactly he chooses to deport may determine if he keeps them.
So that is a lot.
Absolutely. It's a lot, but it's actually normal. And you'd be surprised how normal that is. A lot of people in other countries or that are coming here, they're taught when they're good or when they make businesses, they will be othered, right? Inside of their own marginalized communities. A lot of times in our communities, and this is why there's a big diaspora war in these different states and cities, we'll be told, you're a better Haitian than them. You're not like the other blacks. Y'all know this within our communities. You're not like the other black people. That's ghetto, or that's this, and you are, and this and that, and all of the above. And it's like, that's what I'm seeing here. These people done came here, struggled the same way, and they're saying that their struggle isn't the same.
Right.
I have family members that have actually came up to me and said the same thing. And I'm like, well, how did you get here? Do you remember when you were in the immigration jail? Because I do. And now you're sitting here. I asked somebody yesterday when I was talking about the hate, the policies, the different examples that are facts. Somebody told me that I sound like a Kamala fan. That hurt my feelings so much. Because let me tell you something. Doing this work is tough in itself, but being on the right side of it, people don't even watch your work for real to see that you've criticized both sides.
Right.
Not because of whatever, but because we got to criticize these sides. We got to criticize our leadership so they can do better. And people are like, you're a Kamala fan. This is somebody that I love that said this and turned around and said, I tapped on, because of what you told me, Kamala Harris when I went to the voting booth, and I had to undo it because it didn't feel right. So hearing you talk, you're talking with emotion. I'm talking with emotion because I'm a journalist that gives y'all the facts, and y'all still go out. I've been giving y'all the facts for years. Y'all been following me. And here it is. You guys go and do the opposite because what? I said, can you tell me why you voted for Donald Trump? What was the reason that Kamala couldn't be on your vote? He said, for one, the LGBTQ. This is what I said. Let me go back. Could you tell me why Kamala couldn't be your vote outside of sexuality and gender? He said, I mean what? Because a lot of people held their vote. Sexuality and gender was the issue. LGBTQIA plus, women's rights, women. That was literally on the ticket for many of them and not the real issues at hand. And you know what's interesting? Again, I want to go back to people withholding their vote. I feel like you have the right. Everybody had the right to do what they needed to do with the vote, to accept, if you wanted to vote or not. But the people who continued to protest until last minute, I appreciate you and I respect you. But just know, and I think this is what people are not getting. When I said holding your vote can be problematic, this is what I meant. Because now you have somebody that's in law who's going to make sure what Nikki Haley put on that damn missile is going to come to fruition. When Nikki Haley finished the job on that missile out there in Israel to send over to Palestine, that's going to happen. Some people didn't vote and used Palestine as an excuse. There are some people whose heart was in it, and I respect that. But there are some people who use it as an excuse because they did not gender for them, and sexuality was on the ticket, not actual issues. I am frustrated because it feels like a defeat how America hates Black women. I'm not going to go into the other parts of it or whatever. America sees you as one drop Black as Black. They do not recognize her as a person of color. I didn't see nobody make a fuss about her being South Asian. South Asian, they did not. You ain't hear nothing about it. You've heard this Black woman. People made that a fuss. So with that being said, I don't know. And even with our own criticism in the beginning, even with us, even coming back to debunk some of the things that we've said or to add the information that was missing from the things that we said, to get to know her in this we got to say she ran a damn good campaign for a last minute run because Joe Biden didn't want to let it go. And people are like, we should have added somebody else. And that's why we didn't have nobody else on the ticket. They said statistically, nobody was able to beat Donald Trump, but Kamala Harris was the strongest person to do it. And she's the one that people are saying fell on the sword. We can talk about all these different things, but I still think it boils down to America absolutely not wanting a woman to be president. Not only wanting a woman to be president, a Black woman to be president. Anything Black associated with the woman in this country is going to be at the bottom of the totem pole. A woman who literally is a product of immigrants herself. She can marry the whitest of white. She can present white. She can do all the things. America will recognize her as a Black woman. They didn't want her. Women didn't want her. I am tired. I am tired. I almost wanted to just say, this work that I'm doing, there's nothing. I don't get paid for this work. Y'all think I be here. I'm struggling and I'm still choosing to do this work. Literally. From even when I started at Damn It, Like It or Not Original, I was getting paid the lowest and doing the most work. Shouts out to Ben, who's the one that pointed that out. Like, oh no, you need to be getting paid. I was there from 7 a.m. sometimes to damn almost midnight. In an office in the middle of nowhere, working the news and getting paid the least at the office. Sometimes I was in there by myself just because I wanted to make these clear points about what Donald Trump was doing. And at that time, it was immigration, mass murder. We were covering DACA and all the children that had to go buy bulletproof backpacks. Because the uptick of mass murders in this country. And because he was threatening the same thing that he's threatening to do on his first day in office, in his first month in office, he was doing back then. I'm tired. People are making me feel like this thing that I'm doing, when I do it in politics, I'm doing it with too much emotion. I'm watching white people every day on Fox News say lies with so much emotion, spew out hate with so much emotion. This thing affects me personally. But not only am I giving you the facts, you guys don't want me to give it to you with what needs to be added to it. I remember in my baby years of journalism, we had to be unbiased in the main media space. I don't work in that space. I work in digital media that gives us the room to actually give you the conversation, the facts of the conversation, and have nuanced conversation about how this relates to us and how it can relate to you. But I get online that I need to shut up. Just like Olay was saying, I've been getting this for years. And while I've built thick skin around it, I was thinking today how I don't get any respect for what I do. And people that came at me these past few days and with the worst hate about what I do, discrediting me. And again, I said, I don't even get paid for this. I get nothing. And I still do it. Again, I'm not working any job. I'm struggling to pay a bill, and I still choose to do this because I believe that this work matters. This is how I advocate. This is how I push. This is how I get voices unheard to be heard. On this channel, we've had so many senators, so many congresspeople, so many people that are doing grassroots work. So many of your favorites on this damn show. And we pushed for something better, and people came at me and told me I was part of the problem. I was part of the issue. It feels defeating because the people around me, whom I love as family and friends, have been saying, as you guys heard me say many a times, no matter when I try to tell them the truth about something, or when they put a conspiracy theory about something in the chat, they've said that in there. And I'm trying to educate them better, and they tell me they don't want to hear it from me. They shoot me down every single time. And I'm like, I actually studied this particular topic for the past 2 weeks just so I can make sure I give it to you correctly. And you rather get it from a Trump supporter on the internet who's spewing it out with hate, misinformation, omitted information, disinformation that is hurting our community. And you are looking at it from the point of view of, well, y'all don't like where it came from. And it's coming from Candace Owens. And it's coming from Dr. Umar. And it's coming from every damn person on the internet that you could think of that hurts our community. But here we are, and I've never gotten respect. Never. Because Kamala failed, they failed to elect Kamala. Let me say that. It is our fault on the internet for telling people to go vote for Kamala Harris. Y'all think about it. I've had to cover this man, Donald Trump, since his inception into presidency. And now we're at a place where we done had him for what, 8 years? And we're going to have him for another 4. So that's 12 years altogether. And I am tired. Y'all not hearing me of trying to convince y'all that this man is full of hate. The fact that people are on the internet saying that this is God's doing, absolutely not. As a Christian woman, I denounce that, just like I denounced Donald Trump. You cannot utilize God's name and say that this is what he wants. Sometimes my sister was saying this, God would allow it to happen. Let me explain. This is not what he wants, but he allowed it to happen because he gave y'all free will to do the right thing and the wrong thing was done. Donald Trump is not the second coming of Jesus Christ. This man is spewing out hate with the very same people that Jesus walked with and created into disciples. He's saying that America doesn't need that. Jesus never intended to Hitler his group of people. Them people look different, came from all different walks of life, and all of that. And here y'all all trying to create this false narrative that's very dangerous. People are putting in the church that this is godly. I can't accept it. People are literally saying this is good for Black people. I can't accept it. People are saying this is good for immigrants. After hearing what he said, I can't accept it. I can't. It's really frustrating because I thought that we were possibly going to be able to do the right thing. At least, even if we failed, the numbers would make sense. Seeing Generation Z's on the map where they were, and this is the generation whom I love, but this is a generation that we were so gung-ho on and wanted to get millennials out of here because millennials won't do what they need to do, but focusing on Gen Z, they voted for Donald Trump. I think Democrats dropped the ball on this one. Absolutely. They didn't do what they needed to do. They didn't push her like they should have. They were coming out last minute at the woodworks. I don't think Democrats have enough grit to challenge Republicans' everyday same old tactics. Leveled up, though. Yeah, we can say all of those things. But to sit here on the people's internet and say, because that man gave me a check, because I'm not the immigrant he's talking about, because I'm a different type of Black person, because my business will be assisted because he likes businesses. He's a businessman. He can understand it from a business point of view. Because the gay people are the problem. Meanwhile, white people are the ones that are usually at the hands of the mass murderers, mind you, white Americans. But they're usually the domestic terrorists, not my camera.
Right.
But they're usually the domestic terrorists. And then here we are sitting and having conversations that are not true, that are problematic. I will not stand here and tell you that I'm going to, at any point, I'm going to be on Donald Trump's ass for the next 4 years. I want y'all to know that. But for the people that voted for him, when all the things start to hit the fan, imagine waiting to exhale with the cigarette in the air and the car burning in the background, because that's going to be me.
And why, Becca, why are you doing that? I want to jump in and say, I feel your frustration, but I posted a video in our chat of this lady that broke it down why Trump won, and I honestly truly believe this because our nation is dumb as rocks. Let's be honest. You do the work. Ben does the work. Dr. Mac does the work. Olay does the work. It's several people out here doing this work. But Americans lack the knowledge of politics and to know what's going on and what their decisions and how it affects them. You know what I'm saying? How it affects not only them, but the nation as well, too. So when Trump went out there and just decided to say, oh, I'm going to do this, you basically won an election with no plans. Let's look at it for what it is. There are no plans in place at all for this man. For the simple fact that he said he's going to do this and he's going to do that. That's all they voted for. That's all they cared about. Where in turn, Kamala and her campaign trail was on those issues and saying what we're going to do and everything else. American people didn't care about that. They wanted simplicity. And that's why we're a simple ass nation. And it showed in this election. But if you can, let's take a look through this, David. Definitely want to play the first minute. If you want to cycle through the rest of it, you can, okay?
You can be stupid and lucky and have a weird gift. And he has one.
What is his weird gift?
His weird gift is he knows what people really want. Not what they say they want, not what they report to a pollster, not what they say at Thanksgiving dinner. What he has been consistently good at since he entered into electoral politics is he goes to the heart of what they really want. They want to feel like they're winning, even if everything around them says they're losing. They want to feel like someone is fighting for them, even when it's obvious he's only fighting for them himself. They want to think that they are on the precipice of owning a great country at the height of its history, right? And he is willing to tell people anything. Right. And that is very useful when you're trying to tap into people's, I think, deep anxieties and their desire to be deluded about reality.
It doesn't have to be factual. He doesn't have to actually have a policy in place. He can just say, oh, the border, I'll fix it.
Yeah, and this really flummoxed Democrats who kept saying, but where's his plan? Where's his plan? People don't care about plans nearly as much as we thought they did, right? And I think, truly, I think that is a lesson for us. I think that professional politicians and administrators and the people we elect, they should know plans, right? And certainly they should exist out there for those of us who do want to know about them. But I think most Americans just want a really good story about how their lives are going to be better. And in this election, whether that story resonated with you or not, Donald Trump's story was simple and you could remember it and you understood it. Things are bad, I will make it good. Wow. Everybody gets that story, right? It's fairy tale 101. You can't counter that with policy proposals. Right. I know we wish that's how people made decisions, but it's not. People make decisions from gut and instinct and feeling.
I think you're so right.
Pause it right there, David.
I'm sorry. I'm just going to have to say, yeah, it sounds good, but no. This is the type of bullshit that I hear all the time. I mean, this is true. What you're saying is true. Let me add that, right? But I like to say that it's not that people want to win or they think that he's going to fix anything. It literally isn't that. It's people are literally driven by the hate that he's putting out there. If I don't like Black people, I'm going to side with this. I'm not going to try to figure out anything. So it does match to me, Bubba, the stupidity, right? The arrogance, the hate, the division that is inside of people. What this lady's saying to me sounds like Fox News pundit that comes in trying to be on the little wave or whatever the case may be, the little ride the fence thing. No, ma'am. Let me tell you something. What the people want is a actual leader, right? But for the majority of Americans who are what? White and hateful. And then this idea that we've been hearing, especially in these last 4 years, that what is to come is going to eliminate whiteness. Oh, baby, they don't want that. Some of this stuff is bloodline. If my family has voted red, I must vote red. To see this white girl who's married to that Haitian man, and I played that video on Tuesday, literally say what she said, and I grew up with her, and she said some crazy ass stuff similar to what this lady is saying. We can make excuses all day as to why he won, but the truth is hate won, hate, division, and all that. This lady absolutely knows that LGBTQIA plus people are not in the place where people want to fix it on the right. They want to eliminate it. They want to literally, they look at Black folks every day and see how can we make them feel more inferior than we already have. Is she talking about education? Where is he making that fit? What is he fixing in education? Is that what the people really want? Because it's not. What is he fixing when it comes to same-sex marriage or whatever? Is that what the people really want? Because it's not. Women's rights? Is that what the people really want? Because it's not. What she failed to say inside of the generalness that she was saying is what America stands for, what is important in America, and what the people that are white men who run the country want. That's who Donald Trump speaks to. The rich, the powerful, those folks. And the people who believe that because they look like those people, whether they in the backwoods of God knows what place, with no teeth in the front, no insurance, car been sitting in that parking lot for damn 25 years. They think because they look like that person, skin color, and gender that Donald Trump is speaking to fix things for them when they ain't even in the tax bracket. So if it sounds good what my good sis with the nice natural hair is saying on this white lady show, okay, the Daily Show. But the facts is that's a general statement, and the truth is Donald Trump is speaking to those certain people who run this country, and it's filled with hate, a generation of voting the same way, and division. Time and time again. There was nothing that he said that he's going to fix. And we were like, oh, he's really going to fix that. They know damn well that wall ain't never been built since the day that man said it. Healthcare has not been better since the man said he was going to make it better. That check that y'all keep crying about on that damn hill, get off of it because he didn't want to give it to you. He delayed it so that he could put his signature on it after the Democratic folks in Congress decided to sign that for you and push that for you. Give me a break. And if we're going to say something, we're going to say it. And this is what I'm talking about in this space. Here I am doing all of this. Don't get no dollars for real for it. Don't get paid for this work, Bubba. Let go, because I don't like to use that other word. Got let go from a job because of this work. And here I am still willing to do it for y'all. And y'all got folks sitting up here speaking in parables and general when we have to call a thing because that's the only way this thing is going to work. Donald Trump is a hateful person. Y'all got on the internet immediately to say, see what I told you, and that's going to be my president, and he going to get me a bag, and he going to do all of this. Meanwhile, your black ass, if you go outside and this man has given the police officers immunity and the police officers were having a bad day, you're next. Meanwhile, the education that you want for your child to learn blackness ain't happening at your school in Florida, Texas, Georgia, Kentucky. It ain't happening. Meanwhile, the education system has taken away your ability to pay for education because it goes down to a marginalized space where they are allowing you to get the help you need from a grant, a Pell Grant, something grant in the system. They decided to say, hey, hell no, you don't get it because it's racist, because it's for black people. Meanwhile, the system that's created anyway is created and built not for you or me, Bubba, especially your black ass. A black man who was part of an LGBTQIA plus community, my black ass. A black woman who literally is the product of immigrants. They don't want it. There is nothing that this woman can say to me that tells me that Donald Trump is doing something that people accept.
And I don't think she was saying that. To me, she broke it down. It's simple. If you look at them results, them white people, the ones saying what you're talking about, the country ones with no teeth in their mouth, the ones that's in this chat right now, facts over emotions, somebody get his ass out of here. It's the same thing. Like you said, it's just, you can't, good. You don't need to, child. It's a waste of time. For him anyway. But yeah, I agree with you 100%. Because yes, Donald Trump is a hateful ass person, but I really think that they's people, I don't know.
They're dumb,
stupid. It's yeah, bro. To not say it in that way, Rebecca, and I didn't want to, but y'all are dumb as dishwater, as my band already was saying in college. Dumb as dishwater. Y'all voted for a man that ain't got no policies in place, ain't got no actions for nothing. He just basically is like, oh, okay. You just let the billionaires. Before we logged in, I saw something that they posted. Somebody played on the side of a Tesla building about Elon Musk and how he supported and donated all this money and set up all these different campaigns to get him in office. And it's just like, bro, you're the biggest one. Who he put him, if they would have lost, Elon Musk's ass would have been gone. and he would have lost all his money. Several interviews with Elon talking about if Donald Trump loses, I'm effed. I'm totally effed. Yeah, because everybody knows a lot of the shit that you're doing is illegal. But this is so stupid. I don't understand how people can be so stupid.
No,
Latinos, other Asians. Let's be honest. I ain't got to say shit. I ain't making this up. It's all on the chart. Y'all see it. Them same 12% of black people that voted for Trump last time, the same 12% that voted this year. We knew that was coming. But what we failed to look at was Latinos, Asians, other. Them same white folks that have been voting like they've been voting. The white women, black women. Let me talk to y'all for a minute. Because I've been seeing this on the internet all over the place. Our white sisters that voted for this man when all this stuff started hitting the fan, I need y'all to just put y'all hands up like, hey, it's above me now.
That's why I told you it's gonna be like the that episode in or not episode, that movie, Waiting to Exhale, when my good sis blew up the car and she walked away from it. Let me tell you something. Absolutely. I do not want, that's what I was saying. I feel, and I'm saying this, and I promise you I'm probably not gonna follow it because it's me.
Yeah.
But I'm done with y'all asses.
Yeah, like dead ass.
I am done trying to guide you, hold your hand, bring you to the water. I'm done letting y'all in. And then I want to, because I can see the comments, but I can't really see a lot of them. Gumby, damn it, or whatever, says that, you know, that I think he said policy-wise, illegal immigrants and LGBTQIA are not real issues, but they are, because there are LGBTQIA people who are a part of these marginalized groups, and the groups that are not able to get the proper health care that they need. You don't think that's a problem in America? Do you not? And you don't think that there are LGBTQIA people who may be trans or born or a female at birth and need the proper reproductive care, and so they are on the ticket, actually. People who have, you know, a female systems or reproductive systems, they need the proper care. You don't think that's you don't think that the LGBTQIA plus people that are getting shot down in the street, beat up, hate crimes should be on the ticket? You don't think that the actual fear mongering that's coming from the right when it comes to immigrants, when they're not illegal, because you use the word illegal, they're not protected. As soon as Donald Trump made his statement that all of those immigrants in Springfield, Ohio, were there illegally, when all of them are not.
What Gumby's saying actually coincides with what she said in the video. It's actually a really good example of what she was saying, and it's what I keep hearing from like family. I've been arguing with people for the past year, and I'm exhausted, and I'm honestly terrified. Not necessarily for myself because I'm white, but I'm terrified just for everyone I know. So many people that I know, and like just the state of.
And I'm gonna tell you why I'm not gonna be terrified after David finishes. Go ahead, David.
Yeah, I definitely could use that. But what the issue is that it's the economy and it's division, and Trump mastered both. People somehow think that the president, not somehow, they've been programmed to think that presidents control the economy. Inflation is probably going to go down, and then all of a sudden they're going to say, see, Trump did that. Inflation went up, and it's going to go down globally. We happen to be doing better amongst the most part, and it's naturally going to come down, and it's going to coincide with a timeline that just so happens to make it look a certain way. Presidents they have influence, their policies can impact things, but they don't control the economy. And the division is so easily digested when you're being bombarded by misinformation and content on social media. I'm not saying that like we all have a responsibility with the way we see things, but we're consuming stupidity. We're consuming distractions and things that, so like the people that say, you know, I was a good immigrant, they're not good immigrant. Like it's all just hate and division that so easily divides us. And when you're worried about feeding yourself, I keep being told by my family, the economy overrides all social issues, as if social issues are not substantial, are not fun. Like as if social issues are just like background noise, but not actually something that like impacts everyone on a daily basis. So it's almost like it's just wall dressing, like wallpaper, not something that actually matters. And that everything's intertwined. So it's really frustrating.
Yeah.
I see when you put back Gambi's thing. It doesn't put food on the table, though important issues. They are important issues, and it's not about putting food on the table. Here's the thing. It's not only about putting food on the table. We're hungry, but we also need healthcare. You know what I'm saying? Those issues are really important. And the people who, it's not only Americans that live here. So there's immigrants that live here too. And they hungry. Like they need health care. So at the end of the day, Democrats aren't doing what they needed to do, and neither are Republicans. But there's a party that's actually, Democrats are actually doing more to at least keep this thing afloat.
Agreed.
And because they are doing that, it at least gives us a chance to get in there and make some changes. And the Republican thing, they're locking the system. They're locking it. They're locking these seats. No change. Going backwards. Hate. Removal of systems that were supposed to be progressive, forward moving. Positive changes for this country. Yeah. Here we are.
Exactly. And I said this at the beginning of the video while we were doing the pre-show, what I call it. At this point, tried this for 4 years, did this the 4 years before. It's just like, okay, I was upset, I was disappointed, emotional. Q and I both were like, damn, we, even on the stream on Tuesday night, even Ben said, we already were preparing for what the expectation was. We had high hopes of what everything was going to be, and that didn't happen. So now these next 4 years, like I said earlier, it's going to be a FAFO, F around and find out. Because just because this man president, don't give y'all the right to be comfortable. And yes, I am concerned about this man being in office and his people around him. But what I'm more concerned about are his supporters. And Rebecca, I know you agree with this as well too. I know you've seen the text messages that have been going out to Black people. Okay, so
wait a minute. Let me
pull it up, please. So at this point, you think that this man is in office, you gonna come talk to me in any type of way or try to do anything to me, my family, my friends, or my community? You got another thing coming to you. So this year, next 4 years, F around and find out. Because now I used to be concerned about the nation, but I hate to say it like this. Now I have to be about myself, my circle, my community. And now I'm going to be building up my community.
Got one of those texts, Aaron Patton. Sorry, Ben.
That's crazy.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Me too. I didn't know anybody that actually had got one, like actual supporter at least. But like I said, these next 4 years, man, it's going to be about building up community. Don't come around here with none of that BS.
And we were talking about community too, and how sometimes that can feel overwhelming because you think that you're in the right community, and the whole time you're not.
Exactly.
The whole time you with the ops.
The
whole time it's people who are trying to ride the fence on your behalf, on your Blackness. And I think that, hold on, here we go. I'm gonna send you the link so you can at least pull up the article, okay? But anyways, like this text message thing, before we get there, Bubba, you made a great point. Like I said, I know that I'm saying this. I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna let y'all do what y'all need, but I know me. Here I am, trying to put that cape on.
Yeah, I feel you. Same.
And I am tired, y'all. I really feel defeated only because I feel like the work that I'm doing is for nothing. Do I feel like that every day? No. But to know that I have family and friends who look at me and don't respect what I literally say or do or study for them, literally for them to get the information correctly. And whichever way they go after that, that's their business. But to come out here and tell me that you would prefer some nobody in the ends of the earth on TikTok who is not right on anything, and I send you the links and the reports and the statistics and all these things to match what the truth is, and you still decide to go and side with that because it's misogyny that you don't want to say that you're siding with. It's misandry that you don't want to say that you're siding with. Misogynoir that you say. The fact that you low-key don't think that a woman can lead. You'd rather go ahead and every time there's something that you come up with, I come back and I say, hey, that's misinformation. Here's the truth. You get upset. I'm tired, y'all.
Yeah.
I really am. I've never felt so beat. And again, I don't get nothing for this. Not a dollar, not a dime. For the people who do support me, I appreciate it. For the people who send Cash App, I appreciate it.
Yes.
But there are people who are spewing out nothingness on the internet. I got to work 6 jobs to keep my page monetized. And I make 68 cents on a video that has 20K views.
Wow.
68 cents. Our programming almost feels like people think that we should be a goodwill service, and we're not. We are literally doing the same, if not better, programming as other people. And I ain't gonna lie. When I'm on my white show, and it ain't my white show because I'm on there, but when I'm on Leftist Mafia, and I love my guys, I'm about to say my niggas, but I love my boys. I love them so much, and they love me back. I love being on there, and but I know when I'm on there, I get more support than I do, and I feel like the algorithm will suppress the fact that we are here. But I've seen how white people who are doing the same work get pushed out like nobody's business, and we've talked about that already. Y'all have to know how this thing can be very tiring, but I still am gonna do it. But I'm telling you right now, if y'all think I'm about to be on, I'm tired. Right now, I just want to lay it down. As far as that cape or just being a voice for this side of the community or what, I am tired. I am tired. Not only am I tired because I've been covering this for so long and I feel like I'm not seeing nothing. I am broken. I know I may lift you up with my shades of good news because that's where my heart is. That's where I do for me and for you, for us to really vibe off this. But like to get in on this really strong. Yes, Ben, if you're watching, you can definitely come in audio only. Y'all give him a he's in the chat on X. Please write him back. But I just need the space to be myself. I don't think I could do it. I got to deal with family members who are fearful of what's about to happen, who are writing me about what's about to happen, who came here under Donald Trump, under the Biden program. And now Donald Trump is saying he wants to undo it. Y'all acting like this is the first time y'all seen this. And this is not the first time that y'all have seen this because DACA was something that was a thing. And remember, Donald Trump wanted to undo DACA, and he was after Mexicans. Remember? Every other year, every minute, every other month, we have to hear about Donald Trump's hate for some group of people. He blamed the mass murders on drag queens, and y'all went with it. Y'all went with it. I'm tired. People on the internet are telling us to face our laws. People in this chat are telling us to face the laws. People are telling us to accept it. There will never be a day I accept hate. But if y'all think I'm going to keep on dragging the weight of America and trying to save it on my back, I need a break.
Hands up, sister. Hands up. Hands off.
I need a break.
At least for a year. I'm just like, bro, y'all been doing this work longer than I have. At this point, tired. You made the bed, lay in it.
Yeah. I at this point, I'm like, y'all gonna be, I can't believe and I just don't. I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm about to go get something from the store. You want something?
I'm gonna be back and sipping my coffee like, I
Living-
told you so.
Living in the state of Georgia feels dangerous. I went out for something to eat, and I went to the store. When I got to the store, the guy knows me. The guy that owns the store is white. Not that I was getting any kind of food that was unseasoned. I was getting ingredients.
Shut up.
And the guy says, hey, you're coming in for, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. And his grandson is gay. And his grandson, not you want to show off the background, good job,
cute.
David.
It is.
His grandson, not my abs even okay, buddy.
Hold on. Okay, y'all see the rest of the shirt now.
Look, it's crazy. It's right. It's right. But his grandson is part of the LGBTQIA plus community, but he's white. And it sounds like Ben is in the room. Give us a second, Ben. But his grandson is white, and he's part of the LGBTQIA plus community. And he says, I said, how you doing? He says, with the thing that happened. And I'm like, the thing that happened? He's like, yeah, Tuesday. I said, oh yeah. Yeah. But he couldn't even speak on it because the grandfather was inside like, you got what you needed? And I'm like, sir,
get the hell out, man.
You don't even come in the store often. I'm talking to your progressive son. Get out of here. And so the guy, he's, ringing me out, and he says, be safe out there. Mind you, I live in a predominantly white community that every road you go on, every turn you go on, every place you go to, even in front of stores, big box ones, they say Donald Trump, Trump fans, all aboard the Trump train. So I was like, what he know that I don't know? Damn it, Trump won. What does he know that I don't know? Because I don't know. But I think we have Ben on audio only. Ben, are you there?
Can y'all hear me?
I can definitely hear you.
DJ Exclusive, how you doing, man?
I'm good, sir. How about yourself, Ben?
Doing good, man. Doing good. It's it's a doozy, isn't it, Rebecca Azor?
Is it a doozy? I couldn't even say it's a doozy. It's a doo-doo.
A doo-doo. Yes, indeed.
It's a mess. It's a mess, and it is.
How are you though? I didn't.
Yeah.
Tried to check in with you, but how are you though?
I'm good. Y'all know me. Well, I don't know if y'all know me, but I go to the Lord on everything like this, man. Because like y'all have to understand, I have to interpret this through a spiritual lens because that's what I grew up in and that's what I understand stuff through. So that's why I was like, probably shouldn't come on the show today. That and we're preparing for services tomorrow. But y'all, we are dealing. And I'm going to make the case tomorrow in service. We're going to be streaming it, but we're dealing with the great MAGA tribulation. And I put it like that intentionally to combine the tribulation in the book of Revelations, the 13th chapter. And I'm not going to preach. I just want to just give y'all a little where I'm going with this. But Revelation 13th chapter outlines exactly what we're going into. Now, most people just call it the dark ages or an apocalyptic future where Robert Kennedy Jr. is in charge of the public health sector, where they're going to ban vaccines, right? You have Donald Trump's subservience to Vladimir Putin, so you can forget about Ukraine. Donald Trump's subservience to Benjamin Netanyahu, so you can forget about Gaza, right? And the all-out resurgence of the Confederacy and the South and racism and their ability to control women's bodies, right? And then they are the perpetrators. Now, Jeremiah, I need you to go out. I need you to go out, buddy, because I need to say something I don't need you in the room for. Go ahead. Close the door for me.
Man, he talking and everything. Jesus.
Oh, man. Nah, man. This boy is writing volumes.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
But y'all, they are some of the most obscene, they're guilty of the most disgusting and vile acts. If you go to Twitter, because it's called Twitter, and you go to Beck's
that's what his mama named him.
Right. BEKS operative is the best I can call from memory. And every single day, 3 or 4 times a day, she outlines people who have been arrested, charged, indicted, convicted, serving time for sexual abuse of children. And it's never a drag queen, like you mentioned, Rebecca. It's always a conservative Christian white male from the Southern Baptist Church, from the Catholic Church, from the Mormon Church. So all of whom have hundreds of sexual assault cases at the feet of every one of them. The Southern Baptist Church, the Mormon Church, the Catholic Church, look it up. They all have hundreds of cases of sexual assault, but yet they are the ones on the front line accusing the drag queen community, the LGBTQIA communities, who ain't trying to do nothing but live their life.
Hello.
That's what we're up against. And so I got to go to the Lord in prayer on those kind of things, because that's spiritual wickedness in high places. Rebecca.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. And people don't want to say that. So I said, how can you look at me after that loss and say, somebody said that I was a fan. I told you earlier on, somebody said that I was a fan because how I would cover Kamala Harris. And I would say that was a fan. I was doing every single thing I needed to do to make sure that Donald Trump did not win. And if I was going to anybody who was following me was going to get facts about Kamala Harris. You guys already know how I was critical, because I've been critical about her for years. So now I'm at a place where I'm going to show you facts about Kamala Harris and why this is a qualified person to be a leader of the United States than Donald Trump is. Somebody told me to accept the wickedness and that it won, because that's God's doing.
So many people claim to speak on behalf of the name of the Lord. What an interesting time we live in, James.
Amen. If you only knew, brother.
God, if they only knew what I was gonna be. They tripping, man. But listen, here's the thing. Here's the thing for real. Here's what I think we can't do. And listen,
maybe before you get to that, I am curious though, because online I'm in a very Christian space, which I would say is conservative, because a lot of them I didn't even know were that conservative. So they had to be blocked, they had to be removed, and I will no longer watch their testimony sermons or anything. You will not lead me to the no kind of water to drink it and I die. Anywho, I was curious to know how a lot of people are saying this is God's work. This is God's work. This is God's work. God's way, God's way, God's way. But I was just saying that Melinda was saying God's will allow something. That does not mean he wants it. Sometimes he does give us free will, and our stupid behinds make the wrong decision, but then he allows things to happen so that we can burn. And then we be like, oh Lord, I need you. And I told you so, but come on. Now, what do you say to that? A lot of the evangelists, but outside the evangelists, the gospel community, who is utilizing this moment and saying, this is God's work, and saying that this is what God wants. What do you say to that? As the next step,
that the next move is that they are going to say that if you preach any other gospel but the MAGA gospel, then you are not authorized to be a church in the United States of America. Is that not how Donald Trump operates? Like they are not going to allow Black churches to continue to speak truth to power. What they're going to do is try to revoke our 501c3s in order to silence us into submission. But tomorrow's topic, and I want to invite everyone to come on over. It's just an hour of church. Come on over in the morning at 10 o'clock. Come over to the stream. I'll be streaming it here. Y'all could deal with Jesus for about an hour. I know y'all atheists and agnostic.
They died. They like, is it gonna be like the evangelicals?
Okay,
get you some Jesus.
Oh, it's gonna be
something.
It's gonna be something. But I tell you now, y'all know I grew up in the church and I was a minister of music in the church. So one thing I know how to do, I know how to church now. I just haven't done it publicly. Not for real. So y'all come over tomorrow. The topic though is I will not bow before the beast. I will not. I'm not going to bow down before MAGA.
If my YouTube was working, that would be the name of it, Ben. It would be, I will not bow before the beast.
Oh, somehow not.
That's good, Ben.
I will
Like
not.
That's
that.
good, Ben. You
Look.
better do it before everybody else take it, because I'm gonna take it. But you better. I'm gonna give you the credit.
It be your own people, Ben. It be your
I'm
own
gonna give you the
people.
credit.
My son said I was loud. Let me. I can't stand y'all or him. But I will not bow before the beast. I'd rather die standing on my feet. I owe this to my kids, right? The original title was, I'm not gonna lie, because y'all know I'll be out here sometimes. My brother said, Ben, you just always got to be so radical. The original title was MAGA. If you're looking for someone to kill, target me first.
Hang it up, Ben.
Ben,
here's why.
At the church, people don't need people right now. We need a little. We need a little direction. I think I will not bow before the beast.
Oh well, I told you, I changed it. I told you we're going with it.
I'm glad you changed it to that. Yes, because Jesus.
But listen, but here's the same equivalence, right? The same equivalence is this. That's just a nice way of saying the same thing. Y'all not gonna scare us. We cannot let these people scare us. Not right now, not in this minute. Never. Right now we have a grace period, Rebecca. We have right now between now and January 20th. After January 20th, they're gonna form like Voltron, like the white supremacist Captain Planet, with these powers combined, and they're gonna go Super Saiyan on us. We got to be ready. I'm not playing games. Come on.
They think they're gonna be Super Saiyan on us. God dang it! I'm gonna go full goddamn Super Saiyan Jesus on this.
Kamehameha, Shanana.
Yes! I love it.
Hey, I like that. Go ahead and say Kamehameha.
When I hit them with this spirit bomb, that's all that's gonna matter.
No, mine is the one that keeps sneaking up in me, and I didn't mean for it to. Sometimes you start saying something and you just be playing around, and then it stick with you. You ever happen to you, Rebecca? Because mine is should have bought a Hyundai, but I splurged and bought a Bentley.
And we know that's disrespectful, low key, because you can't do that in front of the older folks. They say you playing with Lord.
Okay.
Look, it'll come out of you like it was real though.
It would. Listen, I'm not playing these games with y'all. I'm gonna love my Jesus, but if you think I'm gonna love it the MAGA way, you better get out of here. Not in front of a man. People are literally saying, this is how I know there are Black people who are anti anything Black but their own, right? And because there's women and there's immigrants who are Black who think they're the good ones, so they voted for Donald Trump. And I've saw this singer, and she kept posting some weird stuff lately. And I said, let me go on Donald Trump's page and see if she under there. She under there putting little Holy Spirit hands, saying this is what God wants. I said, not the singer that's now doing gospel music, and she is
Look,
Miss Evie, Miss Evie that boy discovered. I'm on what's his name? Diddy discovered that little girl, that lady, Evie. She's a singer, young girl, and now she does gospel. You think I'm gonna listen to anything you say now? But see, you like the post that was radical, that was anti-immigrant from Donald Trump's page. You can go to hell.
And what's craziest, Rebecca, is when they be the same, you Latino, and you liking stuff about him, laughing at him calling Puerto Rico trash.
Because you don't like the Puerto Ricans as a Latino.
Yes.
It's the division amongst the groups that he's causing already. So now these people think that they're the better ones until he calls your immigrant group out.
Look at how quickly and how easily they divided and conquered all the diasporas, all of them. The black diaspora. Mainly, look how quickly they divided us, and right now they have us all against each other. Everybody's against each other, and that that's nothing new. I mean, that's what happens after elections. So
even the brown diaspora, they all fighting each other too.
Yes, right. Yes, it's the same colonizing tactics. It's the same thing, divide and conquer, and you get just all you need is a handful of Negroes who will take a check. We Rebecca, I think every single week, and I think every single week you need to do a piece on Umar Johnson, like we did last week, right? Yep. We need to remind the people every single week of what this Negro was saying right before Joe Biden dropped out of the election, and then what this Negro said when a Black woman stepped in, and how his song and dance changed all of a sudden.
Ben, I said this earlier, and maybe I'm gonna take a little break, but I said I know I ain't gonna do it all day. But I'm tired of reminding folks.
Yeah.
I'm tired of teaching them. I said, since we started when I was with you, 2016 or whatever it was, and we started covering Donald Trump in his inception, I thought that something would change, man.
Yeah.
We brought this monster back even stronger.
Yeah. Yep.
And I am like, is the work that's being done or what we're trying to do and we're making nothing from, I keep repeating that because I want y'all to be clear. We do this from the heart.
Yeah.
I get on here every day as a journalist to be cussed out, and whatever people say in the comment section, I've learned not to look at or whatever. I do this because I really want people to be educated correctly and properly and then form your opinion and do what you need to do. But as long as when you're telling people about something, you got the facts.
Rebecca, can I ask you about David Doyle? He's talking about dropping out and not doing this work anymore. Did you?
Yeah,
did he mention that?
No, yeah, he said that that's just how he felt in that moment.
Okay, so he's not going to do it though, right?
Yeah. And this is somebody who's not even in America. And
Rational National.
Wow.
Because he's actually doing the work, right? That other people who are in this country are scared to do. David is also frustrated with what's going on because he knows what goes on here will affect what goes on in Canada.
Yeah. And we can't afford to lose him in this space, right? And this is why I think people have to get a determined because like everybody should by now everybody should have got that chill up their spine about where this could actually go. I think everybody is kind of dealing with that. This logically played out. Jeremiah, please put that down, sir. Jeremiah, put that down, man. Sorry.
I thought it was Rebecca with a teapot.
This is giving a black phone call. This is giving a black phone call when people be on the phone calling your friend trying to vent about stuff and they listen and they like, girl, that's crazy. Sit down right now. And you're just over there crying like, get on.
Man.
And then so he said, and they're like, girl, that's crazy. Sit right now. And then I'm in the middle of breaking down. Jeremiah, put it down.
But this is so this is why we can't.
I want to make sure you're going to be streaming on your regular platforms tomorrow.
Yeah, on my regular platforms on YouTube.
So yeah, because some people were asking, and is there a name of the church?
I don't think I want to disclose that.
Okay, I didn't want to put you on the spot. I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
so, okay.
but I'll probably end up saying it.
For those people that were asking to watch, if you're already on YouTube, which you are, because that's the only platform working for us this afternoon.
Oh, what happened to the other ones?
Just look at Ben's.
Mine
YouTube
isn't
channel.
working for some reason. It won't let me at all post. So your girl can't make $1 today. But thank you for the people who have contributed. But it won't let me post for some reason on my page.
Well, we need to find that out. So here's what we can't afford to do, y'all. We can't afford to start fighting amongst each other even more than we already are, right? I hope people realize that it's time to knuckle up I mean, listen, in whatever dimension, like I don't want, and I don't think we need to allow this to come to violence. That's what they want. They want violence because they're really good at it. I mean, just look at what they do through history. That's what they want to provoke. And so I encourage everyone to keep their calm and keep their peace, especially if you're out in public. Did you see that video of that black woman having to stare down that white dude?
Yeah, and people are like, well, what happened that started that? I don't give a damn what happened that started that. Because the truth is, Donald Trump is out here and he's about to be president, and a man with a MAGA hat and a MAGA shirt from that probably supported every single hateful thing that Donald Trump said about black women, black people, is standing in front as a man, is standing in front of a woman and telling her he will whoop her behind and then whispering things to her that we can't even hear. And people are like, well, I can't really hear what he said. And she's just standing there. And when he walks away, he said, oh, I'll whoop you. She said, well, whoop me or whatever she's saying, like, lay me out. Lay me out. Lay me out. And he wants to do it, but he knows that the cameras are there. And then he says, but you said you were going to do it first. Listen, man.
Come on. What is this? What manner of men are these?
A penis measuring contest with a woman?
With a woman.
And y'all sitting around here trying to take away our rights, but you can't even have you can't even take the fact that whatever she may have said to you about you wearing MAGA or whatever, and then it was the comment section, beloved. That's why I got to get off of Twitter. I think I'm going to deactivate Twitter, and I
don't. Can I recommend against that? Can I recommend against that?
I don't be on there, and it's hateful. It's hateful. It's not good for my mind. It's not good for my spirit. I just can't. I'm getting hate all over the place, and then I got to get hate from the president. And I'm a damn person that's from Haitian immigrants at that. And you think I want to get on the internet and see women getting like attacked like that online, and people are making excuses about it? I don't.
Listen. Don't go on there. I respect and I understand and I hear that, and because it's not for everybody and it's not healthy for anybody, right? I'm not gonna front and pretend like those things don't get underneath your skin and really, and that's what they want. That's what they do. They like to trigger us, and we're in the season of the cruelty is the point. Y'all know that article. We're in the season of owning the libs, right? They'll do anything to own the libs, anything for clout, anything to own the libs. Right. And even if that means that they are going to now lose 41 million Americans are getting ready to lose their health insurance. That's including some of y'all mamas. Some of them voted for their mother. Some of them voted to lose their own.
Thank you, Ben. Brandon Dumas. I don't like to be. This is why I don't be in the comments, y'all.
And Rebecca, that wasn't for you. That was like for David to get his ass out of there.
Yeah, because
I know you saw it.
I'm usually not on this type of woman because my chat knows how to behave, but they wouldn't let me in.
You in my chat.
Brandon Dumas said, "What is y'all?" and spelled it with a W. So, what's your education? What is y'all education level? Because one speaks facts. When one speaks facts, they're a troll. This country on both sides are imbecilic. Is he talking to us or is he talking to the people in the chat?
I don't know.
He's been talking out the side of his neck all day. I mean, and the reason why I haven't saying that because we have trolls and people are entitled to their opinion, and that's
not
just
here,
his opinion.
I'm sorry. I don't care. I'm sorry.
My crowd is a little. I'm sorry, Rebecca. My crowd is a little crazy.
He used to be a Democrat, and how did girl? Nobody listening to you, girl. Go play in traffic.
See, y'all are okay with this kind of. I almost lost my mind years ago when I first got into this political thing because I couldn't understand why people were allowing hate to win. Yeah. And Ben kept looking at me like, girl, this is what it is. I'm like, what
It's what it is.
Ben is like, girl.
It's the landscape.
And I said, no, we must fight. we must fight. And there I was, all fired up. And then they beat me down, baby. I am that picture of the lady on the bed with one shoe on and the bonnet. And I'm tired. Every day I get up and I drag myself out of bed for this.
Yeah. No, I get it.
All these years, almost 10 years in politics. And y'all tell me y'all vote this man back and I just want to scream.
Hey,
I want to know. I want to know his reason for voting for Trump. If you voted for Trump, if you want to share Brandon, if he's still there, I just want to know. Like, did you not listen to anything? Because I'm curious, and I know it's your business, but just you put it out there and you said that you voted for him. Why? Like, really? Why? What stuck out to Trump so much that you wanted to go in the ballot booth and check your box? And I understand if it's a Democrat Republican thing, but I don't understand that. I really don't. But I mean, it's not the fact that Harris didn't prosecute the Catholic Church for pedophilia when she was in California. That's a lie. Puts 5K. What?
No, please get it out of here. I don't even want to give it any attention. Get it out of here because the people voted for Donald Trump. They voted for hate, division, and all things that are to come in this country. I don't give a damn. You voted. You literally sat out there and held your vote. You voted for Donald Trump, and y'all could fight me on that. I don't got time for it. So no. I'm pissed off about it because what this country is going to be, and people are going to be like, oh my God, what's happening over in this? What's doing it? Oh, no. Why is he doing this to Palestine even worse? Because you voted him in office.
Because you did it.
I'm sorry to laugh at that moment. Because Rebecca, you silly.
I'm so upset. I'm mad. I'm sad. I don't know how to even. I'm in a place I don't know. My armpits get hot. I don't know. I'm in a place where I don't know how to channel these emotions, and I need to go talk to my therapist because one day I'm crying. One day I'm like, F America. One day I'm like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? One day I'm like, they could be on their own. What? I don't know.
You
I don't know where to place it.
He didn't even vote for Trump.
You were just like Dr. Mac. Dr. Mac has a way of saying like he'll say something so serious that you really got to contemplate and so deep, but then he say it so funny that you can't help but laugh. And you ain't supposed to even laugh at that moment. But Rebecca, I can't stand you. You're always
right.
No, I know people. I'm alive.
I wasn't supposed to laugh at that moment about Gaza. And there you are, just being as brilliant as you are in your analysis. But you're absolutely right.
The Republicans think they're high all the way to Gaza with a missile. Right. They're doing all of that because Yo behind decided to. I was watching them people and I said, I love what you guys are doing. Well, you know what you can do? Y'all could be outside the White House every single day and holding that on her behind. But you allow this person to go into office, you will never get the opportunity because they're going to sign, seal, and deliver it, period. There's nothing you can fight. You won't be able to fight him.
Listen, actually, I want to invite, well, not in your space, Rebecca, but I guess in a space that I'll create later. I will invite people out of the audience to come on and speak to me about it, because I got the time, I got the energy, not because I want to, but because we got to. I'm not giving up these next 4 years and just allowing them to do whatever they want to do.
At all.
Not with me being quiet about it. Now I can't do nothing about it. They got everything in place, but that don't mean we gotta just what we look like preemptively silencing our own voices. Right when people need to hear your voice, particular Rebecca, because you cover the topics from top to bottom, and you
Look, I am tired, man.
Don't be tired, sis. That's it. Take a break, sis. But we gonna come back stronger and better.
I was just pouring into my beautiful sis and telling her the same thing. Days have passed and the people are trying to chew me up, telling me where you at now. Ben, I was just saying how I lost so many followers on my YouTube the day she lost the election. Kamala Harris lost the election.
Yeah.
And I realized this is what they were there for. It was nothing to support. It was nothing, but this is what those people were there for. I don't feel like I'm going to grow any in this industry. I've been doing it for over 10 years now. And I'm tired, Ben.
Well, there is a time to jump off, right? There's a time to say, okay, I've done enough of this, and you got to move on. And you got to break free, and you got to consider the ramifications, right? Because to stay in this field, this is what I think David from the Rational National was talking about. Like, he was just like, what's the point of even doing this anymore, right? And then other people are taking into consideration the fact that they're going to be targeted. Right. Some people are starting to look at how fast Morning Joe changed their song and dance. They were so pro Kamala, so pro everything and identifying everything about Donald Trump. And then they flipped over the next morning and was like, maybe the Democrats need to learn a lesson from this. What lesson?
No, honestly, no, Ben, because I'm a second that. Democrat, like you were saying, Democrats had no kind of real strategy, and I'm not talking about her campaign. Her campaign was damn good. Democrats that were supposed to be supporting her were coming in all last minute because they was all mad because it wasn't them, and now they want to pull up and be like, Kamala Harris is the better pick. The ninth hour,
right?
And now you want to say something.
Your whole state needed your voice on this.
Shout out Carrie Shaw as well too. Love you, Carrie. Thank you so much.
Love you, Carrie. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So there's a time. No. Because I'm just taking in what you're saying.
I'm just so upset. We got to do better. We got to do better. If we was stronger and we was literally, if we was, listen, I don't consider myself a Democrat. Hell no, I ain't no damn Republican. But what I do know is I'm always going to side with what is going to be great for me and my family and my future. Because what I'm voting for is the unborn children that have the biggest head that will come out of this body. I am voting for my future. I'm voting for me to at least one day be able to live in a house. I'm voting for my future. I'm voting for the future of my immigrant parents. I'm voting for their future when they decide to sit their old behinds down.
Yeah.
I'm voting for my future so that I would not be hungry and have to choose between this bill and these groceries.
Yeah.
So y'all got to stop playing in my face with this and think that everything has to be. We can't criticize this side and still vote for them because they are for the interest majority wise of the people, change wise. Right now, we ain't seen nothing. All the change that Joe Biden been trying to do has been struck down before our eyes.
Yeah, I'm not totally sold on Joe Biden being a good guy in here.
No, that's what I'm saying, though. But Ben, that's what I'm saying. The people that say they support him or whatever, his place in what's happening in Gaza, I see it all. I have my criticisms of him, but he is. Now, Joe Biden, on the other hand, he's a white man. And people do not hold him at the same place that they held Kamala Harris to when they gave her just about the same, and how we have 365 days a year, and they give us 2 seconds of that year to celebrate Blackness.
Yeah,
that's what they did for Kamala Harris.
Yeah, that's about as much power as they were going to give her. This system, this structure, and I don't think, personally, I just don't think Joe Biden. You got to think about this. Who do people talk with at the end of the night, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, and they're out of the meetings and they're undressed and they're on their phone, talking to their true connections? Do you think Joe Biden's true connections were with black people, black women, or with white dudes he grew up with?
No, I believe that there's a lot of people who had white guilt. White guilt only lasts but so long until go to church and your evangelist church as a white woman who thinks that she supports whatever and listens to Sean King or any other black person that presents as if they are for the black people and really don't be. But that's where they get their news because it makes them feel good. But then they'll go sit in churches. Yeah, they'll go sit in these places. They'll go to rallies.
Yeah.
Like that woman who went to the Kamala Harris rally and everybody's holding that moment as she denounced Jesus. This lady put on a Kamala Harris outfit, had the little sign up, knew what she came there for, to heckle.
Yeah.
And said Jesus is king, and when Kamala said you at the wrong rally, everybody said, oh, she denounced God. She denounced.
That's exact. Oh man, how many preachers got in their pulpit and did that? Like all of them.
They couldn't wait to use that moment.
Jesus isn't Lord.
And here, Bubba, again, that lady's video you played from the Daily Show when she was saying he speaks to those people. That's what I be saying. They want to be dumb. They know that's not true. That would happen. That is what happened because it's not true. They just want it to be, so they make it true. There's nothing that Donald Trump actually speaks to. He sat there in front of a Christian group of people at their church and said, hey, you know what? I know I used to hold the Bible upside down. That's because I was trying to fit in with y'all. Truth is, I ain't even Christian.
I need to see that video. You keep telling me about that video. I need to see
Google it. It's out there. He said he is not Christian, but what he can do is fix the election for y'all if y'all vote for me.
I gotta see that video.
I'm not religious. I'm not Christian.
Somebody in the chat room,
that simplicity stuff. It's just simple still. Like you're not even saying nothing, and y'all still gonna vote for this man.
What y'all look. This is the real game, right? And Rebecca and I agree. There's a point where you got to jump off the ship and say, "Listen, I gotta go do for me what I gotta do for me," right? And but I'm just gonna say, at least between now and the inauguration, not that we can stop it. I don't think that we should try to stop it, but I think we gotta not allow ourselves to be destroyed so easily, divided so easily. Because if we here's a question: like, what could we possibly do in the face of MAGA at this point? Right? That's the real question, because they have all the power now. They have all the power. So are we giving up simply because it probably looks like, we have a snowball's chance in hell of even surviving what they want to do? Like, they really want to hurt us out here. And if we just give up right now, then we would not have even tried, right? You give up after trying. I think that, and what trying looks like is like, it's not for you to necessarily continue this show because this is above and beyond. Okay. The doing this every week is y'all saw how long I took off.
But Ben, you talk people, and here's the thing. I'm not saying that like my page hasn't been monetized. I do this work for the free. I accept the donations. I love it, but I do this work for the free. I have no other income. I don't even care. So I'm doing this work because I want to do it. But at this point, I'm like, I'm tired at the expense of what? I'm tired at the expense of what?
That's right. And sacrificing for what value?
I'm tired. People who are putting out misinformation, hate, all this stuff. They are giving sponsorships. They're giving positions. They're giving all these things. And I'm like, I'm still going to do the work because I feel like this is, I love to lead people or get them where they need to go or give them the correct information. Then there's my personality that comes in there, and I'm going to tell you why I don't like it, but I'm always going to give you the facts first. I'm going to show you video proof of it. I'm going to show you audio proof of it. I'm going to show you visuals of it so that you know that it's not me making this up.
Yeah.
And it's still not enough. They
put up that comment, David.
They will go and feed the people and lies and all this stuff and push their rhetoric. I gotta be here as a mad person, a mad Black girl every day for me to get any type of view. I was upset in that video that I talked about with Haiti, and I still ended it with something nice. Like I was saying, it got 20K views on it, 20,000 views on it, and I made 68 cents from it.
Whew. They know how to strangle you. They know how. Listen, they've been strangling our channel. They've been suppressing my channel since 2020. Like they saw what we did during George Floyd, right? That's the comment. I just copied and pasted it, David. If you would look in the chat room for that comment and put it on the screen, because we should talk about that, right? Not even talk about it, but just let them know very clearly that all of us working for free. We do this. We do this out of the abundance of our concern for the issue. And if we based our living on this, we wouldn't be able to do this. So we all go and do what we got to do. And then we come here, meet here on Saturday to talk about these issues. And Rebecca, I get it. Like with us talking about it, it also makes it more difficult to find public work because they research and immediately know who Rebecca Azor is. Me too. Benjamin Dixon, easy find. At least DJ exclusive. They have to look a little harder for you. They got DJ, you know. So I get it.
I'm tired, and you know, I don't say this, and I don't want us to ever have to get on here. I want to do what other people do too. Hey, you know, support the channel, give to the channel, and it works for us. People look at our show like it's a Goodwill show, and here we are doing all of this. And I'm not saying that our support, I don't want y'all to come here and treat us like we're some kind of Goodwill. We need the support like every other channel that people support gets. I have to do 6 jobs. I had monetization given to me for 5 seconds and then taken away for the same thing that I do on every other show. Like the men on the other shows, they're streaming just like me. Your guys are streaming just like me. Mine is the one that keeps getting taken away. They don't believe that I'm actually on any of these shows. I have to show and do and all these things. Like I'm sitting here and I present like I'm happy. I'm doing all this. The time that I take to do all of this stuff, I gotta go work this little rinky-dink situation. Just so I can make it through and pay my rent, my this, my that, all these things.
Yeah. Whoo.
Holiday job where I'm praying that nobody comes in. Is that Rebecca?
It's you know what? Living ain't easy out here if you actually gonna live based on your principles. Because Rebecca, you like me, you go somewhere and you can't help but tell the truth. And when you tell the truth,
I love talking to y'all. I love it. I love that I can come on here and really that's it. I love my Shades of Good News show. I actually love Like It or Not because we can get on here. We can have a good time. I do know that it's going to be tough. It's been tough these last couple of months. We've been in tougher positions. We've covered when they scaled the Capitol. We covered when they had knee to George Floyd's neck. We covered when Breonna Taylor, till this day, has no justice. A little bit of something came up the other day, but no full justice. Like I said, the walls in her house got more justice than she did.
Oh goodness.
We covered the woman recently. We've been covering this forever. We've covered so many mass murders from day one of Like It or Not. We've done this stuff. This thing breaks us down. And in this particular moment, me getting messages from people ha-haing, that's what y'all get. People removing their follows. It's just, I'm tired.
Yeah. So we switched places because you're optimistic Tuesday night, and I was like, get me off screen because apparently I was signaling that I was tired in advance. I just didn't believe that America was going. I couldn't put hope that America would actually vote for a black woman, let alone any woman. And they're showing that. They're showing exactly who they are.
They hate black women. I sound like Kanye West. George Bush hates black people. Get Rebecca off screen. Because I'm sorry. I don't mean to be angry. And I even got Olay and loved on her through the episode because she was defeated. Y'all, days have went by since that. And I keep getting these messages. And I don't read the comment section, but from people that I love and I support and I adore. They are in my DMs really trashing me. I'm blocking folks, my family, my friends. Do you know, my best friend talked to me today and she was just like, Rebecca, I feel away, but I can't imagine how you feel as a black woman in this space, having to cover it and always having to be at the end of it. I work with the biggest and the greatest and all that stuff, but because I'm a black woman, the only way that people want to see me is when I'm angry. And when I'm just like in a place where I'm just a mad black woman, constantly pushing myself out like that. I am tired. This black woman lost. I don't care. I don't care what people want to call her or whatever. In this country, they consider her a black woman. We focus so much on her being other or whatever the case may be, like Charlamagne said, when on his damn platform, he did the same damn thing.
Yeah.
I'm so exhausted with people presenting like they're helping the community. Charlamagne says something and on his very problematic radio show, and people go with it. But as soon as he goes to somebody else's thing, that the first time people are seeing Charlamagne, they're saying that his word is Bible. When I am here every day, literally fighting for something. If y'all don't like it, y'all can leave. But the people who want the right thing, the people who want to be on the right side of stuff, the people who want better for this country, for the people in this country. I am so sick of it because I feel like none of the work matters. I really do. I don't want to be just a viral moment. I want this to be my work. I want it to make sense. I want it to where we do this thing and we're not suppressed in the algorithm and we're fighting until the damn last day. We may not ever see a change, but the seeds that we planted may grow in the generations after. I want to see it right now.
Yeah.
You should be mad. Honestly, it should be enraging what we're seeing, the results of the election. Like it very clearly shows the racism, the hate, the miseducation, the uneducation, the stupidity. It shows a whole range of things, and it's just a matter of what we do with the hate. And I'm not gonna be that white person that's saying a whole bunch of cliches, but like I think what I've seen across the board in terms of like people trying to point ways forward, aside from the, just like the politicians that are saying how they're going to fight and all that, there's a big focus on community. And I think like a lot of it, like outside of when it comes to the policies that can't be resisted effectively, that are going to make significant negative differences in everyday life, it's going to come down to local community. It's going to come down to organizations and just efforts to protect or at least assist with those that are gravely impacted. There are people in the Like It or Not Benjamin Dixon Discord that we have that are saying they're already looking at renewing their passports. You can do that online. I have no income right now because I'm not able to work, but I put it on a credit card and I started the renewal process.
Credit card? That's so white of you.
I got an emergency credit card, and what I had to do, because I won't be the first person that has to flee, but you should have a backup.
Where your white behind going?
Right, and I ain't scared, man. F all
I'm just
that.
saying you
I ain't
should
going
have-
no goddamn where.
I'm
Passport
David.
legal.
I get what you're
Ain't
saying.
what I'm saying. And I hear what you're saying, David. But F all that. When I say
You should
yeah,
have a
upset
plan to
and
let them
upset
know.
about everything and how does America show, but it just showed me what America really feels, and now it's time to just get to work. That's what it is. Let's get real. It's time to get to work. Be angry, be upset, but fuck that. Let's get to work.
And I'm not saying I'm leaving. I don't think anyone leaves unless they have to. I'm just saying.
Yeah, they forced me out of know I was born at goddamn hell of hot water. You had to come get me.
Yeah,
bro.
That's the energy.
Y'all go
that's
find
the energy I'm talking about.
Maybe next week I'll be armed and suited and booted. But on today, I just
walking your truth and walking your upsetness, yes. But get angry because bro, I'll F around and find out the next 4 years. That's it.
Right.
My motto.
Look,
FAFO all
Rebecca,
2025 to
like,
2029.
Me and my kids are out of here.
Y'all, I done got see, here's the thing. We can get away individually. I actually talked to my brother about it. I say, hey, bro, I know you're gonna escape over to Africa. You're gonna take us with you, you know. And people could think like that, right? And quite honestly, if that's an option for you, like, who am I to tell you otherwise? Right. But there's going to be so many people left behind to suffer underneath what is becoming, right? And we know how dark and how crazy this can get. So we got to think beyond our anger right now and our frustration right now. And I'm not lecturing you, Rebecca, because yours is different. You've been on the front line of this for 10 years.
Right.
That's different than folks who just tuned in and just realized, oh, I voted for Trump and he's going to deport me. Yeah.
Oh, he's sending your ass back. Sorry, Ben. He's sending you back.
Back.
Oh, look. Oh, yeah. I vote Trump. Yes. I vote Trump. Yes. Oh, yeah. Baby, he gonna yes your behind right back.
The first one.
To where you came from, where they were telling you no. Absolutely. No for everything. No, your kids can't eat. No, you can't get no housing. You gonna be outside. No, you don't have a say in your life. Nothing. So your yes for Trump was a no for your life.
Yeah.
Hello.
And so for those people, and then those people on our side who are divided, right? I think about Black women are divided from white women, and I get it. Shucks. White women did it, what they did, but they always do. But they went and voted with and supported.
Generation Z surprised me. Baby, they was on the internet literally showing us that they were voting for Donald Trump. I seen one guy say he walked into the booth and said he's like, this is how you vote for Donald Trump in the hood. He was like, hey, Kamala, we voting for Kamala? Asking the poll workers, Kamala, yeah, we are. He got into the booth, recorded, put on, and I remember the days we couldn't even bring a phone into the voting booth. So put on his phone, that he changed it from, that he went and voted for Trump and then put, I'm sick of y'all. Like it's the Black people's issue. Like literally, this is the problem. Making the Democratic Party a Black issue is crazy to me. When you're not looking at it, then are you thinking about your education? What state are you in, beloved? Are you thinking about what your future look like for your kids?
Department of Education. They are dismantling the entire department.
There's so much more we're thinking about. Women's rights is a big deal, and they are disbanding every single thing. So you guys just said, what did you just vote for? I really want to know.
Mercy,
Talking about
Lord.
you sick of y'all. What is your Black ass in the hood sick of?
Mercy, Lord.
Because you were still in the hood. Where you were when Donald Trump was president is still where you were today.
Mercy, Lord, mercy. Mercy, Lord, mercy, 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 mercy.
I hate to be angry like
mercy,
this.
mercy.
I hate it because, like I said, it makes my armpits hot. But no, it brings up this energy in me that I don't like about myself. But I cannot let this thing break me down anymore.
Right.
And I just feel like if I'm going to be doing all this suffering for people who don't give a damn, for us and feel like we don't do any change, I'd rather go ahead and be the manager at that Dollar Tree up the street.
Rebecca, can you do me a favor? I know this is out of pocket. I'm out of bag here, but I just something just came. It's helping me because I'm not doing my work publicly through politics anymore. I can't do it through politics because if you look at it through the lens of politics, this is check and mate. Like in terms of politics, Donald Trump really kind of just conquered the United States of America, low key. So I can't even look at it through the lens of politics, because I had to throw in the towel. And you got to walk away from politics sometimes. You can't stay out here in this field as long as we have and then see it go this way. And so you got to follow what's best for you physically, mentally, emotionally, all the above. You got to do that. But would you sing me a solo, a hymn or something, and put it on, and so I can put it in my service tomorrow? You can just send it. You can send it on.
You want me to sing it right now?
No, you don't have to sing right now. You could just do it in the privacy of your time, and just send it to me via text message or email, so I can include it in service tomorrow.
All right, I will.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate
For free too, because I love ministry.
Well, that's what I was going to say. You ought to look at this through the lens of ministry.
And this is a ministry for me. That's all I was saying.
Yeah.
And I'm so upset because in this ministry, I have sacrificed, but I've watched people literally play with this body of work that is supposed to be, I don't care if it's on the right or the left, but I've seen this in this place. The right has been given so much of the room for the conversation, and us who are right neck and neck with them, we're suppressed. And I'm so tired because I'm hungry. I'm so tired because I gotta focus on what I'm gonna do the next day, but I'm still gonna get up and make sure that we do this work because it means so much to me, because it is ministry.
Yeah.
But when you just feel like people are absolutely looking at it, like the amount of people that left my page the day that she.
Well, those were bots, that's what everybody got hit with the
Those
same
people
thing.
Who were,
There were thousands and thousands of bots that shut down, and now they moved on to another project. Right, they come in and they swarm us and they concern troll us, and they, which kind of means that you got, at least now you're clear and free of a lot of trolls. You're not gonna have a lot of trolls in your comments.
Exactly.
No, but I don't even know, because Charlie takes care of my comment section. I got some people who's a beast about my 60 folks that come all the time. Charlie do not play. Neither. Who else don't play? Tony don't play. So shout out to y'all for really holding it down for me. I know that I'm usually the positive one. I know I'm usually pouring into you. But guys, the way that I broke down, I was pouring into my sister who was pouring into me. She was so like a walking zombie the next day because we couldn't believe the amount of people that voted for hate, and the amount of and the people who stayed home, and people that we knew, who just said he was going to win anyway. And yes, if y'all thought that, but still, where were you that day? Why didn't you go vote?
Yeah,
it was too many of you who could have made a difference. At least let me know that, okay, the margin was like this, so that means that people really were fighting to make sure that he didn't win. But I didn't see that. The people that the White House, this is what I'm talking about. People that Democrats was worried about, focused on, TikToking with, inviting to the damn dinners, stuff that I'm like, you should have given the journalists, the digital journalists, the people who are in the space who have been literally covering for y'all time and time again, access to the White House in this time. Not the nigga with the fashions, not the girl with, not these people who were just coming to take a picture, people who were going to come ask questions and begin to push and work for you.
Yeah.
Because Generation Z said hell no. The numbers did not. Generation Z said hell no. Like my camera.
That camera never fails.
We're at the end of the show, though. Ben, you want to lead us out? And
yes, listen.
I'm holding y'all.
Yes, yeah, no, Rebecca, listen, man, this is so hard, but I can tell you what I do this standing in right now is through ministry, right? Because I recognize spiritual wickedness in high places. I recognize MAGA for what it is. I recognize Christian nationalism for what it is, right? These are patterns that repeat itself through history. We've seen the Nazis before. We've seen this play before, right? This is just the 2024 version of it. and it's a spiritual wickedness in high place. And you have all these pastors like Paula White and John Hagee and Lance Wall, now all these white supremacist prophets of MAGA, right? They are doing so. It's through the lens of ministry that it starts to make a lot of sense for me. Whoever, in the audience, I love y'all, but y'all come tomorrow and we're going to talk about it a little bit, and we're going to have our public service, our first public facing service. And Rebecca, I actually think when you sing that hymn, right? I think just kind of think about the power of song and how, perhaps you don't need to keep doing this specific work forever and with the consistency that you've been doing it. But sing some.
I'm
So
back,
that's it.
David. But yeah, I will definitely
Sing for the people.
I'll do that for you. Singing for me is an outlet, but also covering positive news and is an outlet. Also being in the space while covering these hurtful stories, being a positive person in this space for the people who watch is my purpose. I don't care what anybody says or does. We could be at odds on the same channel. I've learned that that's where my ministry is. I asked God the other day, and I'm sorry, David, I'm out of here after this. Look, testimony. I asked God the other day, I said, God, all week I've been getting everybody calling me about their issues, and you have given me a word even in my time of having nothing and still moving and trying. In a mental space that's crazy. But all year I've been believing in you for better. And even when better to me doesn't come the way I want it, you still got me through something that I wasn't going to get through. And every time people are calling me, and I wouldn't say dumping on me, they are crying and they don't know what to do. And God gives me something to encourage them. And I love being that. But today, your girl
is tired. Yeah, for sure. Well, if all hearts and minds are clear, DJ. Listen, and while we're here, don't let me forget to listen. However many people are here, I know there's got to be 20 people that could send Rebecca and James $10, and I do this because we have to understand. They need your support even just to keep this conversation going. We need your support to keep this conversation going. I think this conversation is critical, and that's why y'all need to show some financial support. That's why y'all need to become some patrons. And if you don't have money to spend, listen, this is how you help. You take the conversation today and cut it and share it with your timeline. Share the conversation with your timeline. Hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe button, and encourage other people. Invite somebody next week to hear what Rebecca has to say, right? Send them some cash apps. It's not like they're trying to make, whatever these other podcasts are making in the obscene amount of money to get paid telling lies. I mean, dude was getting $100,000 per episode from Vladimir Putin to tell lies. And now he's shutting down his show, Tim Pool. Right?
Wow. Because the job is done.
Because the job is done. The job is done. And this is the same model they used in Ukraine, which got them Viktor Yanukovych, which got them where they are now in this war. And Vladimir Putin is doing the same thing in America. But anyway, I digress. The point is that they Vladimir Putin was paying his voices. Why ain't they? The reason they're not sending coins down here is because they don't really want the truth, Rebecca. They want the whitest version of it that they can get.
Yeah.
On that note, we do have some super chats, and I wanted to also thank 3 people that have actually really, really helped. I know I know I haven't given the story of what happened, and I will on a later episode, as well as I want to plug the person that helped out because he actually does work similar to us. But I wanted to thank Jamie, Duanette, and Carrie. And Carrie, a big special because they've actually helped send support for 3 times and serious help. So I thank everyone that's helped because it's definitely making an impact. I don't know if who wants to read the super chats, but I'll put them on screen.
I got you.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out of here before you go ahead and read the super chats. We had a few, but I'm gonna head out. I got to get to that place that's gonna
do your thing, sis.
Pay the light bill. But I love you guys so much.
I
appreciate it. And everybody who has supported thus far. Listen, I see you. I love you. I thank you. Shades of Good News is coming out this week, and I love you. Mean it. I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.
Be well, Rebecca.
All right, babe. All right, we got Omega Star with a coffee money super chat. We appreciate you. Jesus saves and Creflo Dollar withdrawals in the midst of a horrible week. Some good news. Hoboken tenants won their battle against landlords in their effort to appeal rent control. So shout out Jesus saves. We appreciate you. Ken M, thank you for your super chat. We had another one from Omega Star that says he's putting a bunch of loonies in his cabinet. Please, everyone, be empathetic to others and also get your passports ready. Amen, Omega. C333949 says, I'm so scared. Just don't want to be here anymore. I feel you. But don't be scared. Don't be scared. We got this. Tier Olison said, we've taken way too far this mantra of not caring what other people think about you. People should have a healthy concern for what other people think of them. Society needs to get over themselves and recognize the humanity of other people. Amen to that. Tier, thank you so much for your super chat, sir. We appreciate you, man. And thank you everybody else as well, too, for all the Cash Apps, Venmos, PayPals, and everything. We could not do this without you.
Facts. DJ Exclusive, man. Thank y'all for letting me crash at the last second. I know I the show.
Glad you joined. I'm glad when I saw him, like, hey, yeah, Ben's coming.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. All right, brother. I'll catch you next time.
Yep. See y'all soon, man. Hey, here's a snippet of the Like It or Not theme song that's upcoming soon. I'm just gonna play a little piece of y'all for the beat anyway.
I'll stay for that.
Look, I know you would.
Man, I'm waiting for you to sing. You're not singing yet on this yet.
Oh no, I ain't gonna give y'all any of the lyrics yet.
All right. I'm looking forward to it. I like this. Hey, that's the Togo.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Close 22 who just sent over $49.99 super chat as well. We appreciate you. Thank you. That's all you get. That's all you get.
Don't play me like that. All right, I'm looking forward to it, man. See it when it drops.
Yes, man. Hey, I appreciate you, man. Hey, just wait till you hear it. Very overzealous thoughts, but it's gonna get there. It's gonna get there.
All right, man. All right, I'm out. Love you, Black man.
I love you, son, man. Be careful out there.
You too now.
Hey, man, we love y'all so much, man. Thank y'all again for coming in and watching Like It or Not this morning with Rebecca. And shout out to Ben for coming in as well, too. We appreciate you, brother Ben. And shout out to David as well. We are out of here. If you're not, please like, share, subscribe. Share this with a friend, with another friend. Tell them to share it with another friend. And we'll see y'all maybe next week. Who knows? We'll see y'all soon, though. Deuces.
Work that we're doing here is not going to stop when it comes to these type of discussions. It's going to be for us and by us here on this platform when the media is telling us to look the other way. Your support is what helps us move forward. Join patreon.com/like it or not. Help us grow.
Like it or not, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for Like It or Not. We're Rebecca Azor. Let's start this damn show. It's time for Like It or Not. We're Rebecca Azor. Let's start this damn show. Like it or not. Rebecca Azor is in the house. You know she got a funny story to tell. Talking politics, culture, or real life ish. I live in life in the ATL. Benjamin.